Welcome back, everybody. I'm ESL Teacher Lisa. Today we're going to talk about question forms and how they can really help you become better when you're speaking in English, how it can help improve your conversation so conversations don't stop early. So question forms. There are two basic types of questions in English. The first one, yes or no questions. They often begin with the verb to be, but can also begin with other helping verbs or auxiliary verbs such as do. We ask these questions when we want a yes or no answer. So let's give you two examples. Dave is talking to Mike. Dave says, "Are you hungry?" So are is a form of the verb to be. Mike answers, "Yes, I'm starving." What about Sarah? She's talking to Emily. Sarah says, "Did you get here on time?" So we're using a form of do, past tense did. She answers, "No, I missed the bus." Both questions can only be answered with yes or no. However, the second question type in English are WH questions, and they start with a question word, such as who, what, where, when, why, or how. We ask this type of question when we want different kinds of information. These questions cannot be answered with a yes or no. And these are great when you want to continue a conversation. You listen very well, take some piece of information from the other person you're talking to, and ask a question to continue the conversation or push the conversation forward. So if you want the person to speak more, don't ask a yes or no question, ask a WH question. So it's again a type of question that you start with a question word. Here's an example. So Dave is talking to Mike. So instead of saying, "Are you hungry?" That's what he said in the last conversation. What if he asks, "Why are you so hungry?" What if he asks, "Why are you so hungry?" Mike has to give him more information. "I didn't eat breakfast." Or Sarah, earlier she said, "Did you get here on time?" Okay. Emily said, "No, I missed the bus." What if she asks, "When did you get here?" So Emily's giving her more information, "About half an hour ago." So asking questions with how. The question word how is usually combined with other words when asking, such as in size, perhaps, somebody's age, or the price of something. So when you're asking for information, you're going to add something else with the how. Let's give you three examples. How big is your apartment? How old are your children now? How much is the black dress in the window? So you have to add additional information. Now, let's talk about spoken English. So in formal situations, it's common to respond with a yes or no question by repeating the auxiliary that's in the original sentence. We put that in our answer in a complete sentence. For example, if Max is talking to Jill and Max says, "Can you use a computer?" We're going to answer with can because it's in the question. Yes, I can. If it's a more casual situation, informal, we do not need to repeat the auxiliary. So answers do not always contain the yes or no. So here's an example. "Do you know the way to the train station?" William will say, "Not really." He doesn't have to answer, "Yes, I do know the way to the train station," or "Yes, I do." That's very formal. The formal answer would be, "Yes, I do." So we have do in the question, we repeat it in the answer. But if it's not formal, "Oh, not really." Or "Yep." Lucy says, "Shall we order sushi?" So it's want to be more casual? You could say, "Absolutely." If she wanted to be more formal, "Shall we order sushi?" We would say, "Yes, we shall." So if you use questions that allows the person you're speaking to add more information, if it's simply not a yes or no, you can extend conversations further and further and further. But you have to, number one, listen very well, take something from what the person said and ask a question. Students do not ask enough questions when they practice conversation. It's one way. It's one thing if you're practicing with a tutor. Your tutor will control more of the conversation. But as you increase your level, if you're intermediate level and getting into the advanced level, you need to be able to ask questions, because you're not going to always find somebody that's willing to just only ask you questions. You have to learn to ask questions during a conversation to push it forward. So if you are finding that your conversations are ending early, my advice is, are you asking enough questions? I hope you enjoyed the video and got some value from it. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.